Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to get straight into it. So first up, I'm just going in with the Garnier Micellar Water just all over her face, just to ensure that absolutely everything is off before moisturizing. And then I'm just going in with a moisturizer. The one that I use is by the brand Ren, and it's just a daily moisturizer. So I'm just putting that all over her face. Then after a few minutes, I just wait for the moisturizer to really seep into the skin before priming. And then for primer, I'm using the Too Faced Hangover Primer, just because Jess said she kind of suffers from drier skin. So I'm putting that on, and then I'm going in with brows. I'm just taking the Anastasia Pro Brow Kit and using the shade Soft Brown to lightly fill in her brows. Then just taking some light concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Light, and I'm just using that on a concealer brush to define the brows. Then just going in with the same Maybelline Fit Me concealer and just using that on her eyelids to act as a primer. Then I'm just spraying her face with a bit of MAC Fix Plus, and then the foundation I used was a mixture of MAC Studio Fix and NC35 and the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation in the shade Tan Sand. So I'm just buffing that all over her face with a damp beauty blender. Then using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Light, I'm using that underneath her eyes to conceal and highlight, and then I go ahead to blend it all out with a damp beauty blender. Then I'm placing it on her forehead, down the bridge of her nose, cupid's bow and chin to highlight the center of her face, and then of course blending it all out with a damp beauty blender as well. Then to bake her under eye area, I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder and just packing that directly underneath her eyes. And then I'm just placing some more of that translucent powder on her eyelids to set the concealer in place, just so the eyeshadow blends a lot more seamlessly. And then I'm setting the rest of her face with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finished in Medium Plus, just on a big, large powder brush. Onto eyes, I'm going in with Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek and just using that in her crease as her first transition shade. I'm just taking that on a really large, fluffy brush. Then I'm taking Frappe, also by Makeup Geek, and using that in the crease as well, just to make it a little bit more defined and deeper. Then taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Master Palette by Mario, I'm taking Violetta, which is the most amazing brown shade ever, and I'm so depressed that I've hit pan on it because I don't know if it sells individually. I'll check it out anyways, but I'm just mainly putting that in the outer corners of the eyes. Now I'm taking Shimmer Shimmer by Makeup Geek and just packing that on the inner corners of her eyes. Then I'm just wiping away the excess powder from the under eye bake. So now I'm just using the same shades we used on the top. So I'm using Creme Brulee Frappe by Makeup Geek, and then I'm also smudging the Violetta shade from the Makeup by Mario palette on her lower lash line. Then just using an angled wedge, I'm just using that to sharpen up the eyeshadow, and then I'm going in with liner. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jet waterproof liquid liner, and I'm just creating a wing. The lashes I used were the Model Rock 212. They're like my favorite style. I pretty much use them on every single client, and I just use that with the Duo Lash Glue. Then I'm using the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer to bronze up her face. I actually just realized I forgot to show the products that I was using. Oops, but I'll definitely leave them listed down below for you guys. So just bronzing up her face, and then I'm taking Hoola by Benefit as well and use that to contour. And then I'm just taking some more of that translucent powder and using that to bake her contour. Then taking the Balm Hot Mama blush and using that on the apples of her cheeks. Then I'm taking the new MAC Holiday Highlighter palette. I can't remember which one it's called, but I'll leave it listed down below. And just using that to highlight the highest points of her face. So on her cheekbones, Cupid's bow, and on the tip of her nose. For lip liner, I'm using the Gerard Cosmetics Nude Lip Liner. As you already know, if you watch my videos, you know they're like my favorite lip liners ever. They're so creamy and so easy to apply. I've literally gone through about 3 or 4 of these on my clients. They're so good. And then the lipstick I used was Faux by MAC, which is literally one of the most popular bridal shades ever. I use it all the time. So this is the final look. I loved how it turned out and I hope you guys did too. I can't wait to do Jess's makeup on her wedding day. It's going to be so amazing. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.